This week, the Prime Minister unveiled the latest version of his 5 pledges for the country. Let's hope he has more success with these than the last ones. Did he forget the NHS?
Prime Minister.
Well, Mr. Speaker, not only when I became Prime Minister, just weeks after becoming Prime Minister, we injected record funding into the NHS and in social care. We also unveiled the first ever long-term workforce plan in the NHS's 75-year history. But I'm pleased he mentioned the 5 pledges because, as he knows, 3 of them are economic, and on a day which we will focus on the economy, I'm pleased to report that we have indeed halved inflation, no thanks to the party opposite. We have indeed grown the economy, and we have indeed reduced debt. That's a Conservative government delivering for this country.
Interesting question from Keir Starmer, and indeed interesting opening remarks, leading into his difficulties on Gaza, seeking to basically sort of own the truce that's been agreed, the humanitarian pause he's been calling for, and then a very pointed question about the NHS.
Yeah, I mean, Starmer's been slightly fortunate having had this long-running row that we've now finally got a sort of a hostage exchange and a pause. You sort of wondered whether he might have said, you know, we'll use this pause for important political reasons and to stop having a go at me. Might have been how he put it. But yeah, I mean, I find it slightly curious that Sunak's announced 5 new pledges and has blatantly dropped 2 of the ones that he didn't hit from the first round. You know, yes, they put lots of money into the NHS, and I think, you know, everyone would recognise that the NHS keeps hoovering up money and hasn't necessarily reformed. But, you know, they've got more money, and they've done this workforce plan, which we're going to hear endless amounts about up to the general election, you know, long-term planning and all that kind of stuff. Surprised we didn't hear that phrase from Sunak. But, you know, they've failed to deliver on tackling the huge backlog of operations that have not taken place, and the waiting lists. I think there have been some improvements in some of the short-term waiting, but it's been it's still a running sore in Whitehall, and obviously one that he'll probably get around to talking about in the next question is: did you forget to stop the boats as well? And we've got immigration figures coming tomorrow, and my sources in government say that whatever political gains the Tory party might get out of today's autumn statement are likely to be washed away big style with the immigration figures tomorrow. So if Starmer pushes on that now, I think he's, you know, building a kind of context for a week that's going to be quite difficult for the government.
It is striking, Lara, isn't it, that Rishi Sunak's new 5 priorities, are we now just pretending that he didn't make the previous 5?
I mean, some people, honestly, probably will. It was interesting listening to Laura Trott, one of the newest members of Rishi Sunak's cabinet after the reshuffle, of course, in the Treasury, put on the spot on Times Radio earlier this week on the morning broadcast round and asked, just after they'd been announced, to name all 5 of them. And it was clearly, palpably relieved at being able to actually recall them accurately. And I did feel actually almost quite bad for being asked for them, because they are very many a number. They are becoming quite difficult to recall.